The Ziggy Piggy is here.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
$16.51 from PayPal.
I'm a pussy.
Look out, there's a black woman coming out! She takes them both out. Boom! Here's the black cracker runs away. Oh. Oh, ooh, gotta eat it. Gotta eat it. Eat the hype. Oh, ugh. I love it. I love it. Why are you an idiot if you don't agree? Because when you have factual evidence of something constantly thrown in front of your face and you ignore it and choose to believe something else, you're an idiot. I live rent-free in their heads 24/7. Alive and well in Israel. What do I do? What?
$16.51 from PayPal.
Business related, I still have it.
I hate my job. We're soulmates.
$16.51 from PayPal.
business related, I still have it.
How is this fair? You repeal, and that's it, because you're just gonna waste our time again. The game devs were basically completely uninspired idiots who didn't understand how to make combat in any kind of a game. My laugh sounds like ack, ack, ack. So when I laugh, I go, or does that sound like ack, 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 ack? No, it sounds nothing like that at all. They said, Phil, you know, we contribute to you, but it always seems like it's a black hole. Because it always seems like no matter how much we contribute, you're always still having problems. You're always still in debt, and nothing's getting better. I agree with you. I love Hulk Hogan's dick. Oh, here we go. Now he's talking about WWE champion. He's a piece of shit. You piece of donkey shit. How about this? How about this? WWE champion. Alright? WWE champion lives rent-free in your motherfucking head. I don't think about WWE champion. You do. You probably know way more about the fucking game than I ever will, because you're an idiot. You're an obsessed loser. This shocks me. My last shot, fly golden arrow. Oh, yeah, what the heck? Whoa, whoa, whoa. He didn't die. Oh!
mashed a button and got a random throw. Copper, 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 copper. Fuck you, copper, copper. There, fuck you. Doing, and welcome to the first of 2 gameplay streams for the day. Full day of gameplay streaming today, of course.
The Ziggy Piggy is here.
I'm very excited for today. The stuff I'm doing today is nostalgic. It's fun. It's stuff that you guys really like. So I'm very excited. What are we doing today? I'll tell you exactly what we're doing today. We're continuing with Alan Wake Remastered. This is only my second session of Alan Wake Remastered since it released earlier this week. I am really enjoying the game so far. Of course, last time around, we basically had the 3 introductory hours of the game that laid the groundwork for what the game would be. The gameplay elements, plus, of course, the very suspenseful and spooky story. And let me tell you guys, I had quite a few people reach out to me over the course of this week so far, basically saying, wow, this game is a blast from the past. We really love watching Phil play this. I was, you know, some people are like, wow, I was like 11 years old when I watched Phil play this the first time. People are like, you know, really reaching back 11 years in their life and saying, wow, it was so cool to watch Phil play this back in his early days on YouTube, and now to see him do it again, you know, 11 years later for a completely different kind of audience, right? Also, some people are very appreciative that I left the music in. Like, I had at least 3 people write me thank you emails stating that this game, you know, meant a lot to them when it came out. And the fact that the music is such an interesting and integral part of the game that if I had muted the music in this second playthrough that it would have taken away. And already, you know, people already saying we're going to support this playthrough. Don't worry that your videos are all going to get claimed on YouTube. You'll make no revenue.
Derek.
We're going to do what we can to support the playthrough regardless. So I really appreciate that. You know, I was thinking about when I was going to play this game again, I was thinking about the music in general. I was like, man, there's actually songs in this game I know that actually are tied to the plot. And if I mute all that music, imagine having the rock concert in the game go on without the rock music, right? I was thinking about this and I'm like, shit, that would really suck, honestly. Like having to replay the game without this really good music. And when I was actually playing this the other day, someone was like, yeah, you know, I actually remember the band that plays a lot of the music in this game. They looked into that band. They're a real band, and they ended up becoming a big fan of that band as a result of Alan Wake. So, yeah. I would argue the game is way better, way better, with the music intact. That's why I'm playing it like that. Okay? But just to be honest here, snort. Just to be completely honest, yes, already those videos have been, have already been claimed every video, every 3 of the first 3 videos of Alan Wake are claimed on YouTube. So I'm making nothing on them. Okay? So there's nothing I can do about that. I knew this was going to happen. All the videos have that license music. By the way, I accidentally timed out Chicken Man. I didn't mean to do that. He's not banned. Chicken Man is not banned. I was misclicked. I wanted to see what... I had banned the other guy, and I went to click again, and it fucking clicked on timeout Chicken Man. So Chicken Man, that's a complete accident, and I apologize again. Just one of the annoying things about YouTube is that I can misclick by accident. And I did. That was completely my fault, and I will fess up to it. That is not intentional, and I'm very sorry, Chicken Man. You can come back in 10 minutes. I can't remove the timeout. On YouTube, you can't even remove the timeout. Yeah, I'm looking at it. They won't let me. Yeah, report, put user in timeout, hide user on the chat. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't even fix it. I can't even remove the goddamn thing. So I'm sorry, Chicken Man. You're welcome. You're certainly welcome back in 10 minutes. I hope you're not angry with me. I didn't mean to do it. I swear it was a mistake. That's right, a simple misclick, and Chicken Man got thrown right into the fucking lava. That sucks. I'm sorry, man. Anyway, it's none of anyone's business. 3 more hours of Alan Wake Remastered. And if I'm remembering correctly, today it actually gets much better, actually. The first session is a little bit slow-moving, but today things really pick up with the plot and the spookiness of it and the stuff going on in Bright Springs. Excuse me. Bright Falls. It's Bright Falls, but the name of the show in it is Night Springs. That's right. So, let's see what happens. Today, I think you guys will like it even more than earlier this week. If you're someone who did not watch my AlanAke playthrough 11 years ago, today you'll probably like it a lot more. We get a mysterious, suspenseful aspect, mystery element to it today. That I'm definitely looking forward to. So I hope that you guys will tune in and sit back and enjoy the nostalgia. Because it really does feel nostalgic replaying this game 11 years later. A game that really put me on the map for YouTube 11 years ago. A lot of people are actually saying I was one of the few people known as a big gamer on YouTube 11 years ago who played Alan Wake. You know, like I said, back in the day, it was very different on YouTube. You didn't get a lot of variety content creators. What you got was a bunch of specialists, people who were very good at certain game genres and franchises, and they would focus in on those. You didn't get a ton of people who played a variety of stuff like I was doing. So, it was pretty interesting to see someone like me cover a game like this, you know. So, I hope you guys are ready for some more fun here today with Alan Wake, okay? My late stream tonight is my weekly throwback session of Street Fighter fun at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. I always love playing Street Fighter once a week. It's my weekly session, so later tonight should be a great time. I hope you guys will join me for that. I'm actually wearing my Ryu shirt today in celebration of Street Fighter. Now, this weekend, let's talk about the weekend, everyone. Because I finally settled into a schedule for the weekend that I think makes sense. So, tomorrow, Saturday, the 9th, it's going to be the continuation of Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 yesterday had a good start, I would argue. Even though we haven't really gotten too much into the meat of the game yet. We pretty much just started doing open world exploration and base takeovers. So far, so good. I like the fact that they did a little bit of variation with stuff. It's not just about gunplay anymore. Now you got all these gadgets and stuff. Like, I have this rocket-powered jetpack that killed a bunch of people all at once when I finally used it at the end of yesterday's stream. I was like, whoa, that thing is crazy powerful. I get the feeling the game will get even more interesting and crazy once we get further in and we unlock more zany stuff. But so far, so good. I really like it. The first 3 hours. We'll see what happens tomorrow with more of that. Tomorrow night, the late stream will be Lost Judgment, which I'm very excited for. You know, I'm really liking Lost Judgment so far. Haven't really had a chance to focus on it because I'm playing all these other new releases, and that's kind of the case, is that Lost Judgment will be played probably about 2 times a week moving forward for the next month or so. And I'm hoping that things will slow down a bit and we'll be able to maybe add it back to the mainstream rotation in November. But for now, whew, there's just no way. I'm just going to be able to play it night streams, you know.
Thanks for the money, stupid
Sunday.
fuck.
More
Has
Alan Wake
anyone figured
Remastered
out
is the
who
main
he is
gameplay
arguing
stream.
with yet?
You might say, well, why? I thought you were going to play Battlefield 2042's beta as a major stream on Sunday. Well, here's the deal. Let me give you guys an update for those of you who were not around last night. Maybe you haven't had a chance to get caught up on demand on DSP Gaming. I played the Battlefield 2042 beta on Xbox Series X last night, and here's what I had to say about it. Gameplay-wise, it very much feels like Battlefield 4, maybe with a few tweaks here or there. And definitely a lot of the things, the gadgets and things feel a little different in this one. The graphics are good. I actually really like the graphics, but it's full of bugs. Like, the lighting is glitched. The actual, like, clipping is bad. Like, there's a lot of graphical issues that they need to fix for the final game. From what they're reporting is that this build is about 4 months old, so they've already made dramatic improvements since this build was the one they were actively, you know, looking to release. So hopefully, this will look a lot better at release. Because I would argue outside of the silliness of the graphics, the game was very good. It only has the 128-man map Orbital right now, which is a good demo of what they'll be, but at the same time, I really don't like those large maps as much as some of the smaller scale maps in Battlefield. I feel that when you have 128 players, it's so chaotic. It's hard to make sense of what you're supposed to be doing. You feel like a drop in a bucket. And what I mean by that is it feels like what you're doing isn't significant. It never feels like what you're doing in the game is adding towards the success or the failure of your team because your team is so huge, right? So for me, I enjoyed it, but I was like, man, I really wish this beta had more. You know, it wasn't just the one map, the one mode. I really wish it had more to it. So knowing that, I was like, you know, I don't think I want to play it again. I've already seen, in 2 hours, I've seen the extent of what this beta is. I saw the tornado. I saw the rocket launch up into the sky. You know, I saw everything. So I don't really need to play it again. I get an idea of what that is. If the demo had more, excuse me, if the beta had more maps and more content to it, I likely would have played it again. It doesn't. It's very limited with what this beta has. So to me, I'm just kind of like, well, it is what it is. Now, some people have said, what now that you've played Battlefield and Call of Duty Vanguard, what do you think? Battlefield is better than Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm just going to say that right up. I'm not going to cut into it. I'm not going to make any no bones about it. Okay? It's this simple. It's better. It feels better. It looks better. Call of Duty Vanguard was a joke. Like, seriously, Call of Duty Vanguard is bad. The more I played Call of Duty Vanguard, I hated it. The more I played Battlefield, I was like, man, this is good. I want to play more maps and more stuff. You see? It was kind of the opposite effect. When I played the beta for Battlefield, it made me want to play the game. When Call of Duty was the opposite, it made me, like, not want to play it anymore. So that being said, I will likely be getting Battlefield. Let's see what else happens. But I likely will be getting Battlefield when it comes out next month. I'm probably not getting Call of Duty. I'm just being honest. I don't see the point. It doesn't seem very good. Okay? Now, as for Halo, I really, really wish that I had the opportunity to play the Halo beta, but I didn't know you had to do all these hoops to jump through to get into it. And unlike these other games, you had to register early and be on this insiders list so that you could get emailed the code so that you could play the beta, and I just didn't have that. I would have liked to compare all three for you guys. From what I'm to understand, people who've played all three say Halo is the best out of all three. If that's the case, that's great. That would be a major comeback for Halo. And being that Halo's on Game Pass, I'm absolutely playing it in December anyway. So that's exciting for news for me. I'm all aboard for Halo. If Halo is good, I'm happy. So we shall see, okay? But anyway, no Battlefield beta on Sunday because of this, all right? So we're going to have more Alan Wake on Sunday as the main gameplay stream. Sunday night will be something special, folks. Sunday night is the conclusion of Hades. And this is actually quite bittersweet for me. Because I've really loved playing Hades over the last 2 months. This is a game that people asked me to play all last year, and I was like, well, it really doesn't have any way to play it. It wasn't on any of the consoles that I was playing on at the time, besides like the Switch. And, you know, I kind of skipped it. And then it came on Game Pass over the summer, and my God, it's such a good game. I love doing these late-night streams of Hades with you guys. It's so much fun interacting with you and getting these builds with your advice and everything. And finally, Sunday night will be the 10th clear, which essentially is the end of the story of the game. Now, there's more to the game if you want to keep going, but for me, for my intents and purposes, I need the time to play the other new releases at this point. So I'm going to say goodbye to Hades as of Sunday night. I'm not saying that I won't ever go back to it in the future if there's opportunity. I'm just saying for now, I got to move on, man. So, Hades is concluding Sunday night. If you've enjoyed the playthrough, I hope you will join me for the conclusion to see how it all ends. Okay? Then on Monday the 11th, it's more Far Cry 6 on the main stream. and Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania on the late stream. If you saw Super Monkey Ball last week, holy shit, that was some zany chaos. And I'm excited for more Monday night, okay? And then on Tuesday the 12th, which is my last consecutive streaming day of the week, it's the premiere of Back for Blood on the Xbox Series X under Game Pass. And then it's more Lost Judgment on the late stream. Now you might say, well, Phil, I don't understand. Why aren't you playing Back for Blood now? Because it's already out. Well, allow me to explain. First of all, no, it's not. It's only out for people who paid extra for the like ultra deluxe edition of the game. Okay? Now I want to repeat what I just said. Paid extra for the ultra deluxe edition of the game. For those of you who don't know, Back for Blood is free on Game Pass. You see? So for those who are like ultra fans of Left 4 Dead and have been fiending to play another Left 4 Dead game for over 10 years, maybe they dropped a lot of money to buy the game outright, and then on top of that, extra money for the deluxe edition. But for me, it's just kind of like, why pay for something that you're getting for free on Tuesday? You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I'm not playing it right now. Plus, let's be honest. I'm already playing enough new release stuff. Juggling enough new release stuff. Don't need to rush into this. Okay? So, Tuesday is the premiere of Back for Blood. I'm excited to see how it actually pans out in the full release, as opposed to the beta that I played a month or two ago that was definitely not complete and had a lot of issues. We'll see how this goes. And then Tuesday night, like I said, more Lost Judgment to end my streaming week. I'm off from streaming on Wednesday. The good news is next week there are no new releases for a whole week. The next new release that's coming out in October that's significant is actually on the, I think it's the 22nd. And that is the Dark Pictures Anthology, House of Ashes. So the good thing about this is we will not really have much else to do for a week. We can focus in on the stuff that's new and get good progress in all of it. Okay? So there we go. Now, excuse me. I already see a lot of people talking about this in chat, so I'll bring it up yet again for the millionth time, because I guess some people still don't know. No, I'm not playing Metroid Dread right now. It's not that I'm not interested in Metroid Dread. I absolutely am. I like classic Metroid. I played the original Metroid back in the day on NES. I played Super Metroid on SNES a year or two ago on the digital version that was on the Switch. And I played Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance many years ago and really enjoyed it. Okay? And that's basically what this is. This is basically like the 4th game in the series, right? So, or the 5th game in the series. Because wasn't there a Metroid that was on Game Boy too? The original Game Boy? I think there was. So this might be like officially the 5th game in the series, okay? It's Kevin's fault. There's 2 reasons why I'm not playing Metroid Dread right now. The first reason is, traditionally when I play Metroidvania style games, they don't do well on my streams. Every time over the years that I've tried to play one, whether it was Child of Light, whether it was Ori and the Blind Forest, a Castlevania game, hell, even when I was playing Super Metroid, okay, they never do well. What I always get is initially people like it for the first hour, and then after that people complain. Because it's a lot of exploration, there's backtracking involved, and people get bored with it and say that it's not fun to watch. It might be fun to play, but not fun to watch, you see? So number one, I'm not in any big rush to play the game because I know that when it comes to my viewing audience, people just aren't too crazy about it. Okay, that's number one. Number two, right now I'm already in the midst of so many new releases, right? I'm juggling Alan Wake Remastered, Far Cry 6, Lost Judgment, Super Monkey Ball. I'm trying to finish Hades. And now we got Back for Blood coming up right away. So with all of that going on, there's no reason to start another game right now, just being honest. If I were to start Metroid Dread right now, I would not have enough time to give to the game. I'd likely play it once or twice a week tops, make no progress, and everyone would be upset that I'm making no progress in any of the games I'm playing. So rather than rush into it, what I decided to do was hold off, and I said I will likely play this game once things calm down with releases, whether that be mid to late November, whether that be December, whenever that may be. Then I'm going to play Metroid Dread, and I am excited to play it. I want to play it at a pace where I can play it as the main game, you know, at least a couple times a week. I don't want to just only have to play it as like a night stream for once a week or something. That's terrible. From all reports, the game's not that long. You can beat the main story in 9 hours. If you do all the content in the game, it's about 13. So it's also no major reason to like rush into it because it's not going to be a very lengthy game to beat anyway, right? So, I am interested in Metroid Dread. I likely will be playing Metroid Dread. Just not now.
Please shut up. This
Doesn't
dude
make sense
who's
to do
being
it right
a
now with
moron.
everything else that I'm doing. Okay, guys? Fair enough? Okay. Very nice, very nice. Okay, I think I covered all the schedule stuff, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, a few quick updates on everything. Okay? In regards to the upcoming Halloween event, all right, a few cool things. First of all, thank you to everyone who has nominated games, whether you were someone who just nominated games open on my forums, or if you're a member of the channel who also nominated games on that exclusive community members-only post. Either way, your nominations are well appreciated, and what I'm going to do is over the course of this coming weekend, likely I'm thinking Sunday might be the better day to do it. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to look at your submissions. I'm going to see what you guys, put up for nominations for the event, the Halloween Marathon event. I'm going to narrow down your nominations to basically be the most nominated games. Whatever games got nominated the most will be in a poll that you guys will then begin to start voting on for like the next week or so. So we'll finally have an idea. We'll start to formulate what games are actually going to be played during the upcoming Halloween Marathon event over the course of this weekend. Okay? I will let you all know when those polls are live. I'll probably create new links in the chat to pop up so that you guys can start voting on that stuff. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, I have solidified the categories of Halloween costume that will be eligible, all right, for me to wear on Halloween during this marathon event. And those categories will be able to be voted on soon. Again, likely I'll do it over the course of this coming weekend. Would you guys like to know the categories? Would you like to know?
Business related, I still have it.
All right, here you go. I'll give you guys a spoiler. The categories are as follows: pop culture, comic books, fantasy, and Phil's Choice. Those are the four. All right? Because I found costumes. I found a good costume that fits into the pop culture category, a good one that fits into the comic book category, a good one that's fantasy category, and obviously if you say Phil's Choice, I'll just pick between the ones that I found for myself. Okay? So those are the four categories that you guys will be able to vote on. All right? I haven't set it up yet, but it will be, like I said, over the weekend I'll likely set up that poll, and you guys will be able to start voting, and whatever category wins, that'll be what I end up wearing for the Halloween event. Okay? Now there's going to be more stuff going on too. As we get closer to the event, probably that week before, you guys will be voting on a kind of cuisine for me to try for the special episode of Feasting with the King that will take place during that event. Okay? That's pretty exciting. So I hope that you guys will start thinking about that too. But I already have an idea for a few different kinds of restaurants around here that we could try for the Feasting with the King. And so that'll be a good opportunity as well for something interesting and different that you guys will be able to vote on. All right? All right. What else? The only other thing before we get to plugs and then to gaming news, because we have a few gaming news stories to talk about today for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, this month we have a monthly members goal of 325 members. The members goal is a 2-tiered reward goal this month. If we get 325 members, you guys are going to help me pick out a new hat for the streams. I'm going to hold a special stream where we will go on Amazon and we'll start looking around Amazon for different hats and stuff. And we'll try to pick a new one for the streams together. Like, that'll be an interactive special stream that we'll do. Trying to pick a new hat to wear on the streams. Okay? That's the tier 1 reward for this month. The tier 2 reward, which is 350 members, is the return of the Viewer's Choice event, where you guys will nominate and then vote on games, and the game that wins will be a full playthrough that I will do here on my streams. We have not done Viewer's Choice in many, many months, so it's a good time to bring it back. However, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have not seen any real significant growth of members at all. In fact, I've seen the opposite. We started off this month with about 290 members. We're down to only 273. So I'm not sure what you guys want for member goals, but it's obvious you're not motivated by this. I need to know what you want, right? I do. It's obvious that if these goals aren't good, I need to know what you think is a good goal. Because I'm trying to figure out what motivates you. I mean, you guys asked me directly. You said, give us more things for being a member. So I said, okay, I'll give you priority questions for Ask the King. And if you didn't notice, when I did Ask the King last week, a ton of members got their questions answered live on the show. I give you priority nomination access to nominate games, and you guys are also going to be voting on games for the upcoming Halloween event, and you get priority access for that too. So I'm giving you a lot of extra features being a member in addition to all the other things you get, like the highlighted name, the emotes, the chat crown, avoiding slow mode. Like, you get all these benefits for being a channel member. Oh yeah, it's also cheaper than when you became a channel member on Twitch. So I don't really know what else I could possibly throw at you guys as a way of saying, hey, become a member today because here's all the cool features, right? So, please, if you're not a member, consider it. You know, we're trying to get some growth on this channel, and the only way we're going to do it is to see more members come in here and support the channel in the long term. The long-term support
I need that money.
incredibly
I really
important.
I need that
it
money.
really is.
Pay my bills.
Because without the long-term support, that's consistent income that I can see every month coming in, as opposed to not knowing every day. What am I going to get? Super chats. What am I going to get? Tips, right? The members is consistent income. That's dependable. So, you know, there's not much else I could do about that. I thought you guys would be motivated to see a new hat on the stream that you get to pick for. You know what I mean? Like, we would go on Amazon together and find the silliest freaking hat and order it together. I thought you guys would like that, but I don't know. It's been, we're a week now into October, and we actually lost members, so maybe that's not the case. And if that's the case, maybe I'm tone deaf, and I need to hear from you guys what you want. And it has to be something viable, not multiplayer with Phil. I've already explained 5 million times why it ain't gonna happen. It can't happen because of the trolls. You got a problem with that? Complain to the trolls, not me. I want to do multiplayer with you guys, and I can't. Alright? Outside of that, let's think of something else together instead of just beating the dead horse and saying the same shit over and over. Something that you know can't happen, right? Alright.
It's
Now,
Kevin's fault.
Please consider becoming a member if you're not. Alright? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the gratuitous plugs. Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your ongoing support. I am an independent content creator. That means I don't have any sponsorships, I don't have any partnerships, I don't have any agreements with anyone. I sit here and put out fun content for you guys, and I'm honest. Oh, here we go. Now he's talking about WWE champions. So he's a piece of shit. You piece of donkey shit. How about this? How about this? WWE champions. Alright? WWE champions lives rent-free in your motherfucking head. I don't think about WWE champions. You do. You probably know way more about the fucking game than I ever will, because you're an idiot. You're an obsessed loser.
$110.09 from PayPal.
They said, Phil, you know, we contribute to you, but it always seems like it's a black hole, because it always seems like no matter how much we contribute, you're always still having problems. You're always still in debt, and nothing's getting better. I agree with you. I love it. I love it. Fun. I don't have money to do it. 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 I don't have money to do it.
last shot, fly golden arrow. Oh, yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa.
He didn't die. I don't even know what you're talking about. Greed is massively strong.
$16.51 from PayPal.
I didn't know that. Treyarch, you are a bunch of fucking dumb fucks. Aha.
If I could get down on my hands and knees and say thank you and still be on camera, I would do it.
And that's all I have to say about that. Let's get to gaming news before we get to shoutouts. Gaming news, we have 3 major stories today. The first story is that the Twitch hack continues. I talked about this yesterday, how Twitch had an unprecedented level of hacking done to them. So much data leaked, including the source code of the site, an unreleased competitor to Steam, as well as income data for all of its users, among other things. You know, there are rumors that there's going to be more data coming and all of that. So, of course, the whole internet's abuzz by it. What's hilarious about this whole thing is Twitch literally is still not talking about it. They're acting like it didn't happen. They made one brief post on Wednesday about it, stating, yes, a data breach happened. We'll let you know when the extent of it is known. It's been 2 more days. They haven't said a word. So it's obvious this is much worse than anyone's even letting on. If they're not saying anything, likely they're lawyering up. Like, no exaggeration. When all of a sudden they're that quiet, they're definitely lawyering up because they feel they're about to get sued into oblivion. Okay? Now, the new update of this is that today, Twitch is getting hacked even further. Apparently, you know, these source code leaks have left them wide open exposed. Because today, as people were using Twitch, they realized the backgrounds of pages had been hacked. Now, normally, let's say, for example, you're in the directory for Back for Blood. So you search Twitch for Back for Blood, and Back for Blood has a page. You click on that page, and that page usually serves as a directory of everyone playing the game. And then it would actually have some nice game art, like in the background of the page, okay? Someone hacked Twitch. They changed all of the background art to be an extreme close-up of Jeff Bezos' face doing like an O face. And it was like this for hours, over 2 hours. Every page, that was the background art. Until Twitch realized it, because people reported it, and they turned off all background art on game pages. Because apparently they're going to have a ridiculous amount of these holes now in their coding, where people are going to find ways to just go in and hack all their shit because the source code leaked. So just think about that. That site, at this point right now, no exaggeration, Twitch is unsecure. Alright? Anyone who's streaming on that site right now is taking a giant security risk. Twitch has holes in it that people can use as backdoors into the site to do malicious stuff. So, I mean, that is way too much of a risk. Holy shit, I would not be streaming on there right now, and I mean this too. Right now, if I was a full-time streamer on Twitch, I would seriously be leaving. Now is the time. I mean, this is the sign of a sinking ship. The holes have gushing water pouring through them, you know. So I don't know if you're really holding out for them to get better at this point. I'm not sure what else I could say about it. I feel bad for those who feel like they're stuck there, because I have spoken to a few people behind the scenes who are Twitch streamers who feel like they don't really have a viable option outside of Twitch. And I'm like, yeah, but you understand that this place is on its way out, you know? And they're like, well, we don't even know what else to do. I'm like, well, that sucks. That sounds terrible to me that you're stuck there. At least, I have options of places to go and things to do. But this place is fucked, man. So, so it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they get their shit together at this point. But like I said, over 2 days since they said a word about the hacks, that means they're lawyering up. That's exactly what it means. Or they would have outright said, here's what happened, to protect yourself by doing this. They're basically going to say, oops, we fucked up and all your data's out there now, so we're going to try not to get sued. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. That's definitely what I'm feeling. So, anyway, continuing on. There's 2 more stories to talk about. Sadly, one of the stories absolutely sucks.
Are you a functional retard? I have to ask.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. The creator of the Yakuza series of games, Toshihiro Nagoshi, has left RGG Studios and Sega entirely. If you don't know, RGG Studios stands for Ryu Ga Gotoku, which is the studio that makes both the Yakuza franchise and all of its spin-offs, as well as Judgment. Okay? This is the guy who started all of those games many, many years ago, and he decided to completely leave the company as well as Sega entirely. Why? The rumor is China. That's right. Chinese game devs headhunted him and basically offered to pay him a gratuitous amount of money to leave the company and come work for them and make games for them. Okay? That's not good. In addition to that, Daisuke Sato, who also was one of the head people who's been involved with these franchises for the longest time, just left as well. Which basically means the same thing. They probably did this too. Now, if you're not aware,
I really do. I need that
this
money.
is something that's actually going on heavily in the game industry now. What's happening is all these companies are seeking to buy talent from other companies. They're looking at great games and franchises, and they're trying to basically outbid the company these guys are already working for in an effort to snatch up talent and bring it into their own studio.
You want to play the fucking game?
These guys are amazing. These Yakuza, Judgment, these are amazing game franchises that have done well, so well, you know, that in recent years is the highest selling they've ever done. And basically the way I see this is, this is a huge loss for Sega, first of all. This guy is not only responsible for Yakuza, but other franchises as well for Sega that have been very, very successful. This is a giant loss for them when, let's be honest, when you think Sega, you know, what do you really think these days? Not a lot. You think Yakuza and Judgment because those are some of their biggest franchises, but what else do they got? Super Monkey Ball? Well, that's kind of a legacy franchise. Virtua Fighter? Not really, right? So this is like a huge loss for them. And now you might say, this is the end. But I don't know. You know, you gotta hope that at the very least, the people that they left behind at the studio are competent enough to carry on the legacy of these games. They've already announced that the next Yakuza game will also star Ichiban Kasuga, the main character of Yakuza 7. That the franchise is now moving forward with this new main character, and it will not be about Kazuma Kiryu and those characters anymore. They may make cameo appearances, but it's going to be all about Ichiban now. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. I just hope that they do a good job. I hope that when you lose your creative lead, sometimes these games and game franchises can completely lose their way, and I hope that's not the case. What I would hope is that Yakuza 8 that's already in development doesn't release and not feel like a Yakuza game. You know what I'm saying? Like it loses its way and now it feels like a completely different style of game or a different, you know what I mean? You don't want that. Especially because Yakuza 7 completely reinvigorated the series with turn-based combat that made it feel more like a traditional JRPG. I wouldn't want to lose that now.
Are you
because
gonna just complain
creative
all night?
lead
Just
left,
leave then.
You know? So, this could be good news. This could be bad news. You never know. But obviously, I feel it's bad because this guy obviously was one of the people responsible for the greatness of the franchise. He created the goddamn thing, you know? So, it absolutely could be bad news. But it's just a could. You know, it's just a could. It's not a definite. I don't want to sit here and say the sky is falling, and you know what I mean? I just want to say, man, it just kind of sucks that this guy was quintessential to the franchise, and now he's leaving to go do other stuff. But hell, you know what? It could end up being good news, and here's why. I want to spin this in a positive light. Perhaps the people who are left behind will continue to make the Yakuza and Judgment games, and they'll be good. And then,
Stop this!
this guy will go on to make great games for another studio. So not only will we continue on with the games we love and the franchises we love, but then we'll get new IPs too from other studios that are different, right? So, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. Okay, the third and final piece of gaming news for this morning. To no one's surprise whatsoever, absolutely no one's shock, it was announced this morning, ladies and gentlemen, that Grand Theft Auto will have a remastered trilogy released later this year. And the entire world said, yeah, we already know about that. Thanks. Leaked like 2 months ago. Big news. And the thing that's kind of crappy about this is we don't have any concrete info. All we know is that it's happening. We actually don't know any details about it whatsoever. Okay? Now, here's what I would prefer. All right? If they're going to remake this remaster this trilogy again, first of all, it's already happened. If you're not aware, GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas already were remastered for modern consoles 2 console generations ago. They originally were PlayStation 2 games, and then they were released for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 with HD graphics and a few tweaks. Not too many, but a few tweaks were added. And those were released a long time ago. A very long time ago, actually. I know because I played them. I actually played them. So, you know, for me, I've already enjoyed these games on the PlayStation 2 originals. That was like, what was that, the summer of 2012 where I played the PlayStation 2 versions. So 9 years ago, I played the originals. And then just a few years ago, I would argue like maybe 5 years ago, I played these games, the HD versions, for, you know, last console gen, or now it's 2 console gens ago. All right? So what I would want is if they're going to release these again, and this time it's going to be for modern consoles, they need to actually do some changes. And what I mean by that is, number one, it can't just be another resolution increase. I actually want to see the graphics improve. You know what I'm saying? We've seen these kind of graphics now since the early 2000s when the games came out. We need improvement. I want to see better lighting. I want to see more higher definition. I'm not saying redo the whole fucking graphics from the ground up. I think that's a tall order. But at least do something to make these graphics look better and not just do another resolution upshift and it still looks like blocky shit. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I want quality of life improvements. Okay? I absolutely want quality of life improvements. I've already bought these games multiple times. I don't need to play the same version again. You know? I want something to change, whether it's driving controls, the flight controls, the combat controls. Maybe there's a fun autosave feature that makes it you don't have to go manually save at the garages and shit. Remember how tedious that shit is? That every time you do a mission, you gotta go fucking manual save at your garage and shit, or else you lose your progress if you die. Like, you gotta have something new. Exactly. Peter says, what about GTA 3 having a map? Exactly, man. You gotta have quality of life improvements. Listen, the original versions of these games have been out for so fucking long. If you want to play them, you can go play them. But we need actual updated versions of the games if you're going to try to resell them a 17th time, right? I want improvement. I don't want the same fucking outdated shit again. Now, here's the thing. They made this announcement this morning. They said this trilogy is coming out later this fall. But then they made another announcement. the previous versions of the games are going to be removed from the digital marketplaces. So that means if you actually want to get the version that's out there right now for Xbox 360 or PS3, or subsequently, you know, they work on Xbox One and PS4, you got to buy it now. You have to buy it now. If you don't, you will never play those versions again. They're going to get rid of them forever. They basically want to force everyone to buy the new version of the game. Now, don't worry. This doesn't mean they're going away. If you already ordered them, you have digital rights to them. You could download them still. But you will not be able to buy them again, you see. So, that's kind of weird to me. That they're going to get rid of those versions. Why? Why don't you... Maybe, here's what I'm thinking. They're going to release this trilogy for a premium price. That's my opinion. I almost guarantee you it's going to be the GTA Master Trilogy or whatever, Ultimate Trilogy, $70. Right? I almost guarantee it. Because here's what they're thinking. If we leave those previous versions of the games available, well, those are cheap now. Those games aren't expensive. You could get, I'm pretty sure you could get them for like $10 each, maybe $15. They're not expensive. So who's going to pay $70 for this new trilogy?
I don't have money
when you could buy the exact same game for like $30.
I don't have money to do it. I don't have money to do it. I don't have money to do it.
So what they're saying is, let's remove them completely to force anyone who wants to play these games to pay more money. That's what's going on. So, you know, here's the thing. I have mixed feelings about this. Allow me to give you my honest opinions, okay? I love the original GTA trilogy. I do. Out of all of them, I still think my favorite one is Vice City, even though I agree that San Andreas has the best gameplay elements because it's the most modern one. Vice City has that vibe to it, that 80s vibe, and I love the 80s. I grew up in the 80s, the music of the 80s and everything. You know what I mean? It's all this kind of cool retro vibe. So for me, I love these games, and I know replaying them, even as difficult as they are in parts, I know replaying them is going to be entertaining and fun, and I'm going to have an audience for it. People seriously will come out to watch me play the classic GTAs again, and I will enjoy playing them. So that's cool. You know, this is a good announcement for me. However, I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've played them already twice each. So for me, it's like there's got to be something different. Hopefully, there really are quality life improvements. Maybe the graphics will actually be significantly better. I want these games to feel like it's a new experience. Not it's the same experience I did twice already. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been here, done that. And third time's the charm. I don't know. If you're playing the same game a third time within like 10 years, I don't know if that's the case. You know? Here's the other thing that actually is interesting. Will these games have all of the music included? Because what if they lost the licensing rights to some of the games? Excuse me, some of the songs. Remember, the GTA games have dated soundtracks to when those games were supposed to take place, right? So GTA 3 is supposed to take place in like the early 2000s. It has an early 2000s soundtrack. Vice City has an 80s soundtrack. And San Andreas has a 90s soundtrack, right? But those are all licensed songs. And every time that they sell these, they have to renew the licenses. So do you think that they're going to do that? Do you think they're going to pay all that money to renew all the music licenses? If so, that's cool. What I would have to do is I would have to make an important decision. If I'm spending money to buy these again and play them again, do I play them with the music included this time? See, here's the thing. Michael Caine says probably not. They removed tracks as time went on for San Andreas, GTA 4, and Vice City, and they never renewed them. You're right. What they would do is they would go through, and as the licenses expired, they would just remove the tracks digitally from the games. So the tracks wouldn't play anymore. But here's the thing. I mean, the music is a major part of those games, right? It is. Like I said, it puts you into that time period listening to that music. So to me, my question is, if they're not going to have the music, then that's a big detriment, no? And for me, I'll be honest with you guys. I played the originals with the music intact, okay? This was a long time ago, but I did play the originals with the music intact back in the day. those playthroughs were pretty much ruined because what happened was in 2013, YouTube flipped a switch like this, just like that. And when they flipped this switch, Content ID went crazy on YouTube and destroyed everyone's videos. I'm not even kidding you, like a significantly large chunk of my video library at that point got either muted or blocked in many countries because of licensed music. All right? And they didn't even give anyone warning they were going to do it. They just did it. Okay? So my original playthroughs of GTA, in a lot of places, people can't even watch them in their entirety. They tell me, man, I can only watch like half the playthrough because half the videos don't play for me, which sucks. So when I went back and I replayed these games in the more modernized HD versions, you know, what was it, about 5 years ago, I want to argue I did that. When I did that, I had the music on. Because I said, I want to have a playthrough of these games out on the internet so that people can watch them and not have to have muted audio. You'll be able to watch the whole playthrough. So I did that. Now, admittedly, a lot of people said, well, when you're doing fun interactions with us on stream and talking with us, it's not so bad. But it definitely took something away from the playthroughs to not have the music again, right? So now, if I'm going to play these games again, do I leave the music on and take the chance that these videos are going to be blocked or whatever? Because here's the thing. At this point, whether or not I get ad revenue on these videos is like, I don't even care anymore. I'm being very honest with all of you. I don't make a lot of money on ad revenue on YouTube. I don't, okay? This time of year, the holidays, I do get a little bit extra because there's a lot of more advertisements in October, November, and December than the rest of the year. But I don't really give a shit about making a few extra bucks on the ads anymore. I just don't. It's not a big deal to me. Most of my income is coming in from crowdfunding on these streams, whether it's, like I said, super chats, super stickers, memberships, tips. This is where I get the majority of my support on a live stream, okay? So for me, if it means that you guys are going to enjoy the playthrough more, all right? If you're going to enjoy the playthrough more, having the music enabled,
not going to lie,
putting yourself into those time periods and enjoying that timely music, right? Then I would say I'll leave the music on. But it's going to be risky because what happens is now these videos on YouTube get completely muted again, right? I don't think I'm going to get copyright issues. I really don't. I don't think I'm going to get claimed. I don't think I'm going to get videos taken down and strikes against my channel. That's not an issue. That hasn't really been an issue with music on YouTube in a long time. The issue is the video gets blocked or muted, and now no one can just watch the playthrough on YouTube at all. That would suck, right? I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills. So let's see what happens. All right, we don't even know. Right now, it's all speculation. They just announced today that these are coming out. There's no details. When we get more details on it, what exactly these are going to entail, what music's in, what music's not, when it's coming out, is it really an update, or is it just another resolution shift? You know, let's see.
I don't have money to do it. 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 I don't have money to do it.
Okay. All right. Guys, it's time for shout-outs. Don't really think we're going to have that many today. Let's take a look here. So we start off with, hold on, because it's glitched. Mola Viking, who has re-upped their membership. Thank you very much to Mola Viking for the continued support. And Chicken Man did a super chat, said, at least you use honey barbecue sauce this time. Because I accidentally timed out Chicken Man earlier. And again, I apologize. That was a complete misclick. The stupid fucking thing. YouTube can be a pain in the ass sometimes, man. Oh, wow. Excuse me. That was revolting. So thank you, Chicken Man, for the first super chat of the day. Only 2 tips came in today. That's it. So let's shout them out. We start out with Anshang Forever, who did $1.50 and says, on Dragon Quest 11, I have beaten the super boss Unfathomable Anger in 27 turns. And I'm also looking to get the ingredients to forge the Supreme Sword of Light. I won the Platinum Horse Race to get the hammer. I'm now looking forward to Alan Wake today. Sounds good. I remember doing all of that myself in my own playthrough. It was not easy. I remember it was quite challenging. That second quest stuff is really, really tough, and it takes a lot of grinding, but I felt like it was fun and it was worth it, and I hope that you're still having a blast with the game, Anshang. Man, you've been playing it a while, and you're getting as much out of it as I did, so that's awesome. Thank you for the first tip of the day.
They said, Phil, you know, we contribute
let's see
to you,
here.
but it always seems like it's
The
a black
second,
hole.
so the next tip
seems like no matter how much we contribute,
is someone who's criticizing my vest goal and basically saying the following. I'm going to put it in a nutshell.
I agree with you.
They don't understand why I don't count super chats towards the tip skull. Because I've been paid several times over since I left Twitch and came to YouTube, and I don't understand why this can't be counted towards the goal. All right, I don't know how many more times I can explain this, Really, I don't. Like, it's to the point now where it's like people don't actually want an explanation. They just want to be jabbing me in my side about it. Because I've literally explained the situation so many times at this point, you have to be actively ignoring the answer to be asking this question again. Okay? Alright, I'm going to try it one more time. Super chats are not tips. They are completely different contribution methods. A super chat is something that goes through YouTube, takes over a month to process, and I get that in the long term. Meaning, if you do a super chat today, thank you so much, I'll see something from that probably in late November. Okay? Takes a while for me to get anything out of a super chat. Still helps, and it's still long-term support, but it's nowhere near like something I can help me right now. Okay? A tip. When you tip me, that's something I can use immediately for something important. Like, I'll give you an example. Over the course of this weekend, there's 2 big bills that are coming due. I got both my internet bills as well as my dues here for my condo. Both of those come due over the course of this weekend. Okay? Now, good news is, because they come due on a weekend, likely payment won't be taken for those till Monday. So I have this weekend to raise enough money in tips to pay those bills. If I don't, those bills don't get paid. Because you might say, well, I don't understand what happened to your YouTube payment. You mean my YouTube payment that came in over 2 weeks ago, that paid the mortgage, that paid my taxes, that paid my health insurance, that paid all these other bills and is gone? Because it's not an unlimited amount of funds? Yeah, it's gone. The YouTube payment's gone. It paid all my bills. Now it's tips to pay the rest of the bills until I get paid by YouTube again around the 21st. This is not rocket science. This is how adults live. Okay? So, if you're someone who, you sit around, you have 2 bills, a credit card and a car payment, and you have no other thing besides maybe your rent, and you wonder, where's Phil's money go? I actually have a ton of bills that I have to pay. A ton. Alright? I have a lot of responsibilities. Maintaining this household and this family. It's that simple. Okay? So, yeah. So right now you say, well, why don't you count the super chats with the tips? Because they're not the same. Super chats, I won't get anything out of a super chat till over a month. Alright? Tips I get right now. Tips I need right now to pay these fucking bills that are coming due. I need to emphasize tips as the major focus and the major way to support my streams because I need the money to pay my fucking bills. This is not rocket science. This is not a complex, calculus problem that Einstein needs to consult with other major mathematicians to figure out. This is called common sense. But it's obvious a lot of people don't have it. Instead, they want to delve into my private matters and act like they know better when they don't know shit. Alright? So, how about this anonymous $1.50 tipper? Number 1, mind your own fucking business. Number 2, listen to my answers and believe them. If you don't believe them, then don't ask the same question over and over. Why bother asking if you're not going to listen to the answer? Right? You're wasting my time and everyone else's time. So why the fuck are you asking the same question again? Why would I count a super chat towards a tip when they're completely different methods of contribution that actually affect things differently? Would you count, if someone hands you an apple, would you put it in your basket of oranges and count it as an orange? No, because you're not stupid. So stop asking stupid questions. Lub took the $1.50 saying, did I get an unban email? No, I did not, Lub. Or if I did, I didn't see it. So I would ask you resend it because I don't think I saw it. And by the way, Lub, the reason you were banned is because you were being insanely fucking annoying on the stream and just being a dick. And people had enough. I've gotten multiple complaints and people had enough, and I said, well, fuck it. Chicken Band sent me $1.50. Says, today's the release day of the Switch OLED. No one is talking about it, and I hear my local Best Buy has tons of them left after the small line this morning. Seems no one could care less about this thing, and the screen should have been there from the start. Exactly. What do you need that for? It doesn't improve the performance of your games. The Joy-Cons are the same as the fucking Joy-Cons on the original. All the things people wanted to improve did not. All they did was slightly tweak the screen. And there's a better kickstand. Wow. Fuck you, Nintendo. Seriously. Keep your junk. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for shoutouts. Does anyone else have any questions or any concerns or anything else to talk about before we go on break? Because remember, I go on a brief break. I use the restroom. and get settled in and get ready. Does anyone have anything else they want to discuss before we get started? Anything else? Anybody? Anyone? Anyone? Anybody? The funny part is, I don't think, I'm trying to think.
$110.09 from Apple iTunes.
What do I do?
$16.51 from PayPal.
Are you a functional retard? I have to ask. What do I do? What the?
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
Always drawing a crowd of insightful no BS people. Here's my contribution. Thanks dudes, thumbs up.
Special delivery! Special delivery!
Now, guys, as I boot up Alan Wake Remastered, a quick reminder. I've opted to play this game with full music enabled. This game is full of licensed music. It uses quite a lot of licensed music. But I feel it's important to the gameplay experience of the game to have the music enabled. Alright? This is a choice I made actively. I'm definitely paying for it already, I can tell you. All 3 of the first videos have been claimed on YouTube. I'm making no money whatsoever on this playthrough on YouTube for ad revenue. So if you like the playthrough, please support it. Please contribute via other methods. Whether it be, you know, during the live stream here, on, you know, you do a membership or super chat, super sticker, a tip, or later on you maybe want to jump on, you know, pledge my Patreon or something. Whatever it may be, Teespring, please just do something. Because right now, no ad revenue at all for me for this one. Okay? Okay. Alright. Bright's Diner.
There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Okay. Alright, guys, let's resume. Ready? Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, OBS error. Let's try this again. I'm actually going to up the volume because last time people told me the volume was way too low, so I've upped it a bit. OBS error. This is very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Alan Wake Remastered. I have played this one session so far, and it was quite entertaining. Let me tell you, to go back to a game that I played 11 years ago, and was actually one of the playthroughs that kind of put me on the map as a variety streamer back in the day on YouTube. It's pretty awesome 11 years later in October to be going back and playing this game again. Alright? So, as a quick recap of a few things. Number 1, Alan's wife has vanished. We don't know what happened to her. He was out in the woods. He's getting attacked by these supernatural creatures. It seems to be like the townspeople are being infected or taken by the darkness. And now they're bloodthirsty and out to kill him. So he's killed a lot of these guys out in the forest with his flashlight and gun. However, there's no evidence that any of them died or are out there. So the police are like wondering what the hell's really going on with Alan, who seems to have lost an entire week of time. He doesn't even know what's going on. Like, it seems like a week ago is when he first arrived. Now he doesn't know where his wife is or where he's been. In addition, oh, did you hear that car horn? That was cool. In addition, the cabin that he was supposedly staying at near the lake isn't even there. Doesn't exist. So where the hell has he really been for the last week? Okay? So this is really cool. It's a very cool suspenseful plot. We don't know what's going on. He doesn't obviously want to tell the cops the truth of the matter, because who's going to believe that he's been chased by supernatural creatures in the woods? They'll think he's nuts and lock him up, right? Now, in addition to all of that, he just got a phone call from a mysterious voice saying, ditch the cops and go out. There's some evidence out back that'll prove to you that we know, you know, what's going on. And then his wife talked on the phone to prove that his wife was with them. And on top of all of that, they said, come meet us at midnight at Lover's Peak. So we don't know what the hell, who was that called? We don't know what the hell's going on. Seriously, we're so confused. You know, right now, nothing is certain, and it's a very suspenseful plot right now, okay? So, all we do know is that he was supposed to be staying at somewhere in town, but this woman apparently tricked him into staying at the cabin. And that's really maybe the cause of all this stuff is, okay? And that's that. So we gotta sneak out of this, police precinct.
Can I help you with anything?
Yeah, we gotta sneak out of the police.
The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just
there you
don't
go.
mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he'd quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He
Whoa.
started shouting like that the moment.
The
Turn the lights on. The deputies,
Shit.
they don't understand. They
Shit.
won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
huh. He wants the light. Can you turn on the light?
Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, you're all right. You're good Don't let anybody tell you different. Oh, I shouldn't even be in here.
Go. Fatty fat fuck.
All wrong. See,
Hello, Guts.
Sure. I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, it was. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. I don't like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien! I know it sounds like something a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
Alrighty. And he's gonna pass out, isn't he? Okay. No, what's interesting is that he demands we turn on the light for him. But we've had this whole deal where people who are in the darkness get taken, so maybe he knows what's going on. I don't know. Here's a manuscript page. The dark presence in the diner.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities.
You're supposed to be following the game, following the fun gameplay, and chilling and relaxing with me.
It found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
That does not sound like something that's already happened. Remember, these manuscript pages that we're finding, essentially they're outlining parts of the story that either have already happened or will happen. That does not sound like it happened. We didn't come across any darkness monster in the diner yet. We did come across the creepy old woman who gave you the keys to the cabin, but we didn't come across any kind of a darkness creature yet. So perhaps we will. Okay. People are saying, can we up the game volume even more? Do you really want me to? I will. I guess this game has really low volume, because the first session people were like, yeah, it was really low. Can you up the volume for this? So I will. I just upped it again. And if it still sounds low, let me know. I'll up it even more if you guys really want me to, okay? Now, the other thing, I will preface this with the following. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. So far, you've been a great audience for this playthrough. I've only played it for about 3 hours, and now I'm starting my second session. I opted to leave the music on for this playthrough, even though the game has a ton of licensed music, because I feel that definitely adds to the experience of the game, and some of the songs actually tie into the plot of the game. But that being said, today, 2021, is a lot different than back in 2010 when I played this game as a new release, and all the videos so far of the Alan Wake Remastered playthrough have 100% been Content ID claimed on YouTube, and I'm making no money on those videos. So if you like this playthrough and you appreciate the fact I left the sound or the music on, please contribute to the playthrough in one of the ways in the description of the video, whether it be tossing me a tip, becoming a channel member, maybe doing a super chat or super sticker during a playthrough stream, or maybe pledging to my Patreon, buying something for my teeth, whatever it may be. If you could support the playthrough, I'd really appreciate it, because I'm not making any ad revenue on this playthrough. Okay? Fair enough. Okay. That's for the people watching on YouTube. I already said that to the people on my stream. Okay. Helixification says, do you like realistic shooters like Red Orchestra? Or the PS5 game Hell Let Loose is pretty darn good. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I've never heard of Red Orchestra or Hell Let Loose. So, I don't know Helixification. Okay. So, we're going out back to see what this mysterious phone call was talking about.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Over there. Well, I see another thermos and a radio over here.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the Sheriff's Department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deerfest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting, the big day's almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
Alright. Oh, shit. I fell. Jump up there. He won't... There we go. No, can't go in there.
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Okay. Anything else here? No. Not that I can see. Darksea just did a $5 super chat. Says, how do you feel about FBI identifying the Zodiac killer as Don Matrick? That would actually be pretty weird, but no, that did not happen. They identified the Zodiac killer as someone who had actually passed away in 2018. Thank you for the super chat. At least that's what they think. They think that the Zodiac killer has been identified and actually passed away years ago. Let's see here. Kick. Wow, he's got a crazy ass kick.
There you go. Listen to my
like a mule.
Voice. La 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 la.
Another manuscript page. Week at Lover's Peak, which is where we were just told to go. So this is going to be a preview.
Fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
Ah, so he is going to meet a kidnapper up there. Okay, examine the junker.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Huh.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Exit the sheriff's station. He has such a crazy leap. It like hovers a little bit. It's funny. A floaty leap. What's going on, burnt trolls? How you doing? By far the best part of this game is the writing. It is. Oh shit.
The writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it.
He passed out.
It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Okay then. Have I ever blacked out from drinking before? I've drank to the point where I got tired and passed out. Have I actually gotten so drunk that my body forced itself to go to sleep? No, that's not happened. So, okay. DoorDasher of Redemption, Timmy $2 saying I should order a DoorDash Chiking from Burger King or Wendy's Chili and Pepsi, and I'll drive it from South Carolina. Listen, guys, I got something to tell you. Wings Trolls, you're on the wrong stream. You're trolling them on the wrong stream. You realize that, right? Like, he doesn't hear the trolling that happens on my stream. He's not here. You guys go to his stream and do that, effectively. Like, what are you trolling him here for? I don't know. Anyway, where's the leaderboard? I screwed it up. That guy is dead asleep. Okay. There we go. Oh, by the way, I should be a dick. Watch this. Ah, I'm such a dick. I turned the light off.
Caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course.
My laugh sounds like
assure you that my
so when I laugh, I go,
has been reprimanded.
Or,
Tor and Odin never
does that
caused
sound
any
like
trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
It sounds nothing like that at all.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
They're talking about the brothers that were at the diner.
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. but I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The
Ew.
cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh! What the hell? Ah!
Hey, nobody move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
Alan Wake, a moody,
What the hell
a
was
celebrity.
that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money.
Nah.
And I believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like
I need
any of it.
that
It's
money.
not
I really
good.
do.
In
I need
fact,
that money.
It's the
Pay my
absolute
bills.
opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
Are you
I
a
was just
functional
bringing Rusty
retard?
some
I have to
coffee.
ask.
He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
She drove all the way out there to give him coffee? What?
Who's Max?
How?
Don't know. Right, who the fuck are they talking about?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Bucktooth Charlie, the Colombian mammoth. Look at that thing.
I'd come here to rent a cabin where I could wait till midnight.
I'm playing a woodwind instrument.
Oh, it's like
I'm Japanese.
a place where you could buy like souvenirs and stuff. Like a stuffed woolly mammoth, a bunch of hats, like ranger hats. This is where the plot gets pretty good. Mario Brothers just did a super chat. Said one of my favorite playthroughs you did back in the day. Brings back the nostalgia feeling. Keep up the good content and happy Friday. Thank you to Mario Brothers for the super chat. Yeah, I really like the writing, and it gets much better too. Like I remember the plot just picking up and getting really interesting the further in you go. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes today. Thank you very much, Mario Brothers. What I want to do is kind of immerse myself and just take in the sights of the game, right? Bathrooms? Locked. That's right, you can't let those vagrants just come use your bathroom. They squirt. They do the 360 shits, then you gotta clean that shit up, man.
What you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you
and everything's
understand
just...
what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
No, Tyrone says, did Kat watch me play this, or has she played it herself? No. This was before she ever even watched any content of mine or anything like that. Like, she told me, you know, she's watched my stuff, but mostly from, like, the years when I lived in Washington and stuff. Never was it from, like, this long ago. This was, like, 11 years ago.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Oh,
hey,
look at
Rusty,
this.
right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Do you want to play
sure.
the fucking game?
The dog got hurt, and
What
he's
happened?
bandaging up the dog.
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap.
Aw.
They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
Oh, let's see
Max is still
here.
groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Guts the Black Swordsman says, would I get the new Switch OLED, which incidentally releases today?
Okay, boy.
If I had the money for it. I mean, why would I? There's no, it doesn't improve anything at all but the screen.
Kidnapper? Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing... Listen, you hit your head.
I mean, he did. Could it be that all this is fucked up in his head because he has a concussion, right? I don't know. But no. The truth is that this new Switch OLED has no improvements at all besides the size of the screen and a kickstand. That's it. Doesn't improve the Joy-Cons. Doesn't improve the graphics of the games. The processor's the same. It's all the same. The only people who need... If you don't have a Switch and you're going to buy one, buy the new Switch OLED. Or, if your Switch broke... You wore it out. Buy the new Switch OLED. Outside of that, absolutely no one needs to upgrade. It's literally a non-upgrade.
Freak me out? It's working. Ha ha! Let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Sign the form. How did I meet my lucky lady? Funny thing, we went to this small Pacific Northwestern town called Bright Falls. And we were both having a coffee at a diner. It was called Bright's Diner. We just happened to meet each other there. There you go. Sign the form. Blah 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 blah. The view of the mountains is great.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. No. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Get the keys and get to the
If you have
car.
any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below
see it?
that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max.
Oh,
I
crap.
guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know. I just don't want any trouble.
Right. Thanks.
No stepping on bear traps would be a bad idea.
Meow.
Important to know.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe
Here we go
you
again.
shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him.
Hello, Tom Celtic. How are
hear
you?
that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cool jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You...
I interrupted him.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. This
Jeez.
is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Terrible idea.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again.
Deliverance, oh my god.
Bless you.
What a reference.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. It's so not worth a 15% commission.
So, a few questions are coming in. First of all, did the game look better than the original? Yes. In particular, the lighting and the fog and stuff outside looks way better than the original game. So I'm really liking that the graphics make the game feel a lot more spooky. As for playthroughs that my wife likes to watch, typically the narrative-based ones, and or RPGs, like she wants me to play way more Lost Judgment. She's upset with me that I haven't played Lost Judgment so much. And I'm like, what can you do? The first week it was out, I played a lot. Then after that, all these new releases have come out, and I knew this was going to happen, that I was only going to be able to play it once or twice a week as a late-night stream for a long time until all the releases calmed down. And then I could basically play it at a higher frequency, but I knew when I started playing Lost Judgment, having an insanely lengthy RPG during this time of year was just going to end up being like this. But she loves the game. She's almost done with it. And she wants to see my playthrough of it to see how I react to the plot and everything. And I just haven't gotten around to play it, so. Did Kat watch Danganronpa? She watched some of it, not all of it. Not tons of it.
Lock the door when I leave.
Yep, you go ahead and do what you have to do. I'll be fine.
Alone,
but fine.
This cabin reminds me of, yeah, I was just going to say it reminds me of either like a horror movie or like The Great Outdoors. You guys ever seen the movie The Great Outdoors? Dan Aykroyd and John Candy. That's a great movie. Some batteries. Yet another coffee thermos. Dude, it's your cabin and the door's locked. You paid for the cabin and the door is locked. You can't go in there. Switch lights? Wait, what? Switch the lights on.
Real funny, Al. Real funny. Ha ha! Thank you. Just sit here in the dark till you come back. Or until I get eaten by a grue.
Alright, turned it back on. I figure I won't be too much of a dick to him and leave it off. That's funny. Okay, anything else? The lights are there. You can switch them off again. Okay, so this is our cabin. Cabin in the woods. That sounds familiar. Colin Jr. says this guy reminds me of Wayne Knight in Space Jam Jurassic Park. Tyrone says she hates Street Fighter. I don't think she ever watches my Street Fighter stuff, no. Am I playing Lost Judgment tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow night. It's the late stream Titanium Golem. That's correct. So I don't see really anything around here. Let's see if there's anything in the other side of the yard before we take off.
Are you a functional retard? I have to ask.
A well? Oh, that's not creepy or anything. Having an old-timey well in your yard. Oh, there's another thermos right there. Oh, there's a hot tub. Ha! He's got an outdoor hot tub. Nice. The catch is there's no water, no running water. You have to get, oh god, you have to do the well water for the hot tub. Ugh. What is it with these creepy wells? They really want to keep reminding me of The Ring, don't they?
I knew I should have gone to the cops.
I was gonna say 7 days, but when I was gonna say it, he interrupted me.
This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Okay, we're going to Lover's Peak.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
Ha ha ha. So I think, hold on. I think what I want to do, I want to pull down my blinds. It's so sunny outside right now. It's kind of ruining the vibe of the game for me. I want to make it darker in here. I'm not even kidding. All week long, it was cloudy and rainy. I finally get to play Alan Wake, and now it's fucking sunny as shit outside. It's like, come on, man. Alright, so I closed the blinds. Now it'll at least be darker in my office. Thank God. Big Wednesday to me, $4.20 is what Halloween movies are you watching this year? What is Squid Game? Everyone at work is talking about it. What Halloween movies am I watching? I don't know. I haven't watched any yet. I may end up watching like some American Horror Story. I haven't seen like a bunch of the seasons. So I might watch some of that or something. Just to watch something horror related. But I'm not really too crazy into the horror stuff when it comes to what I'm watching outside of streams this year. Mostly because I just don't have a lot of time. Just don't. I'm so busy now. I don't really have time to sit around and watch stuff anymore. But as for Squid Game, I guess it's some show on Netflix. I don't even know what it's about because I don't have Netflix. So I have no clue. Okay. Alright. Ready? Okay. I saw a manuscript page here. Okay. Barry doubts Wake's sanity.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
It's funny because, you know, from this game, from what you understand, like, Alan was a very rooted guy. He always, you know, he wrote outlandish stories. That's what he was. He was a suspense writer. But never did he actually think any of that shit was real. Now imagine all of a sudden you start talking to this guy and he's like, yeah, there's monsters.
Thanks for the money,
like,
stupid fuck.
What are you talking about?
Goat, laugh.
I mean, that would probably freak me out too if someone who always was rational started telling me crazy shit and acting like it was real. Use?
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest.
See, this definitely, the graphics with the light and everything looks way better than the original game. That's where we're headed. Oh, shit! Oh! Damn it, Wake.
What?
Damn it, Wake.
What do I do?
He slipped. Someone greased the ledge. I didn't mean to do that. I was just looking down there to see what we were going to go to, and ouch. Alright, this time, you can see down there where you're going to go, but I'm not even going to fuck with it now. I don't want to die. Of course I blame Wake. Come on, he's got better balance than that. He's a city slicker, that's the problem. He doesn't have good legs for this stuff. There's a house, but it looks abandoned, right? Maybe not. Whoa. Switch the lights. Another radio. Turn it on.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly that. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well,
whoa, did you see that?
Constitution.
What the hell?
It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously.
Yo, I never noticed that in the original playthrough. There's someone walking outside the cabin to freak you out. And you can hear footsteps.
You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right.
What the hell?
Just caught a heck of a lot.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Considering your track record...
Wow, what a moron. Maybe you shouldn't have just stood still. Paid attention, dumbass.
Well, that's kind of you to say.
See, what I like about the game, it really captures the small town aspect with the radio dialogue and stuff. It makes you feel like it's all real. Like, this is a real small town, these are real people, and they have no idea what's really going on. But that was creepy. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea that you would have things like that, like a guy walking outside the cabin. Jesus Christ. Dude. Visitor center is this way. That creeped me out, the guy walking outside the cabin, man. So, Mario Brothers did another super chat asking, how is Jasper doing? He wants to see him on the stream. He misses him, and his cat's going to get neutered tomorrow. Well, I wish your cat the best. Jasper's fine. Today my wife goes back to work for the weekend. So later today on the stream, Jasper should be able to join us. Right now my wife is still home getting ready, but once once she goes to work, then she'll be able to join us later on the stream. And then I don't know what the hell, Cope, see, die, late? What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. But either super chat says you're ignoring my tip. What are you even talking about? First of all, you didn't tip me. And second of all, I don't know what you just said means or what your name means, so I'm not reading it. So fuck that. Okay, let's continue. Alright. Whoa.
What do I do?
So much for the light. What do we got over here? Look at that. The tire swing swinging itself.
What do I do?
Drop hazard. Yeah, you don't want to fall here.
$16.51 from PayPal.
Ah, I'm stuck now. Great. Stuck behind the fence. Gas meter. Where's that electric meter? Could be both.
$110.09 from PayPal.
I'm stuck. I can't get over this. Shit. There we go. Stuck. Okay, can I go in this house? Kick the door. Oh, the door fell. This house is destroyed. A bottle of wine.
I'm a pussy.
A book that looks like Vertigo or something, but I can't tell. This place has been ransacked. Use. Oh, another episode of Night Springs? Oh, cool.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish. Especially in Night Springs.
Alright, let's watch this second episode of Night Springs. So if you're gonna be an asshole, you're gonna be treated like an asshole. You're gonna be shown the door.
The man in the mirror.
The man in the mirror. Oh, yeah.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow. Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
It's none of anyone's business.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. The white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
Get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
You gonna shoot me?
Wow, what a moron. You shouldn't have just stood still. Paid attention, dumbass.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
My laugh sounds like ack, ack, ack. So when I laugh and I go, or, ha, ha,
doesn't sound like
Okay.
No, it doesn't sound like that at all.
Night Springs. So what they're trying to say is he was some kind of a dark clone or a dark side of the guy, and he killed the dad, and he still had the same fingerprint.